But I've already pre-weighed out our flour. So in here, I'm doubling our recipe. I have got 450 grams of flour, and into that, I am going to put 2 tablespoons of golden caster sugar. The recipe does state that the sugar is optional. I just think it adds a nice little sweetness. 1 and 2. And then we are going to crack in 2 eggs. And you're going to whisk that all together, and then once that's mixed, we'll add our dry ingredients.
Why do we hand mix, not use the machine?
You probably could use the machine. It's just that this recipe calls for hand mixing, and it's, to be honest, it's an unnecessary use. You don't need to use the mixer for that. It's just quite easy to do with hand. And it builds up the bingo wings. So as you can see, it looks a little bit like breadcrumbs. That's because you haven't got much wetness. You've got a lot of flour and sugar, which is dry ingredients, and the egg isn't quite enough to make it a liquidy mix, which is what we need.
So what's in there at the moment?
Flour, sugar and 2 eggs.
How much flour?
450 grams of flour,
right.
But we are doubling the recipe. So it's 450 grams of flour, 2 tablespoons of caster sugar and 2 eggs. Now we're going to be using Oatly oat milk. There is 500 mils in here, and into this we are going to pour in a teaspoon of the gold standard stuff. In it goes. 2 spoons. And we're going to pour in our butter, and in here is 100 grams of melted butter. This is Flora plant butter. We swear by this stuff. It is brilliant. So in that goes, and we are going to give that a little whisk. Just stir it all in. And then we're going to pour that into our dry mix for our waffles. Let's pour that in a little bit at a time, not too much. And it's going to be quite lumpy to begin with.
Like porridge.
But as you whisk and the more liquid you add in, those lumps will disappear, so don't worry.
So that's all the liquid gone in now?
No, still got a little bit more.
It's obviously got a lot more looser.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's loosening up, and as you can see, there are still a few lumps, but they are getting less and less. And then, like I say, once all the liquid's in, I'll go back to the whisk, and that will help disperse some of those lumps. Just a little at a time, otherwise you'll end up not only splashing everywhere, but it might not mix as well. Always make sure you scrape around the outside of the bowl just to make sure any flour that's sitting at the bottom gets mixed in. That's why a fork's quite good, because it can scrape. Nearly there.
So So now it is really like liquid.
Yeah.
So while you're mixing, in case you've never seen us before, we use Oatly for the dairy-free milk and Flora Plant for the dairy-free butter. And the key to making Mickey waffles is have a mould. Tesco, Primark.
This was Primark, this one, yeah.
I assume Disney stores, and we're going to go GROGU as well.
And as you can see, what was quite a solid lumpy mix is definitely getting looser and looser every time you add that liquid. Right, now I'm going to go in with the whisk. That's the sort of consistency you're after.
Runny, gloopy.
Yeah, so it's still quite a thick mix, but obviously it's a liquid mix. Perfect. So now we need to turn our waffle makers on, get them nice and hot. So we're going to close them up while they heat up, and then we'll get the mix in. So now our waffle makers are hot, they are ready for the mix to go in. So I just use a pastry brush and a little bit of the Flora Plant, and I literally just wipe it round, because that gives you just enough of a grease without doing too much excess fat, and that will give you enough of a grease for your mould to go in. We'll quickly do the Mickey one and then we'll pour them in. Now obviously the Mickey one's a bit bigger, so that is going to take a little bit more greasing, but that just helps make sure that it's obviously then going to not get stuck. So that's then ready to go. We're then going to pour our mix in. Now be careful not to overfill. You just want to do a little at a time and add to it slowly but surely. And then once you think you've got enough in there, a tiny little drop more, just a little drop, just to make it move around. And then we're going to close the lid and wait for the magic to happen. Now we're going to do the Mickey one. Obviously, bigger one is going to take a bit more filling. But again, if you don't have a Mickey waffle maker, which obviously not a lot of people do have, you could obviously get a normal waffle maker. I think they're quite easy to pick up, to be fair. Like I say, these ones are both from Primark.
Usually around Christmas time,
yeah,
isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that's when you got them.
Or eBay,
Yeah.
Disney store.
And then in goes the Mickey one. And then we just wait for the magic to happen. See you in a bit.
I've got, hang on, I'm not going to put this in, probably not. I've got some banana, some blueberry, some strawberry, Canadian maple syrup.
Something that we do use with our waffles, pancakes, quite a lot of things really. We discovered this. It's called Food Heaven, Heavenly Whipped.
Hang on, sorry, I can't get it.
Sorry.
I want to get the word plant-based. See that little red
Yeah,
bit?
it's plant-based. It is vegan, plant-based, free from gluten and free from soya. So it's perfect, because obviously as an allergy sufferer, obviously you do miss out on quite a lot. So it's quite handy to have a suitable whipped cream. So this is something that we always have with our waffles, and we always have in, really, to be honest.
Tesco, Asda.
There's probably loads of other places that do it as well, but yeah, that's where we get it from. So let's check in, let's have a look. Oh, I think the Mickey waffle's done, not far. Let's have a look at the GROGU one, Mandalorian. Yep, not far off. I think literally any minute now they're going to be ready. So I'm going to get my plates ready to dish, because I think they're nearly done. Okay, so here is the moment of truth. Now obviously it's quite hot, so I'm just going to use my tongs. Aha, so there is the GROGU. Perfect. Here is the Mickey Mouse.
The place.
There is the Mickey waffle. Perfect, lovely, crisp but fluffy waffles.
Dairy free.
Soya-free.
Nut free.
Suitable. So yeah, all good. We're now going to go and enjoy our
Yeah, now
breakfast.
got dish.
So, there you go. A lovely, delicious, dairy-free, soya-free, nut-free Mickey Waffle. With obviously the vegan cream, plant-based cream, with fruits and maple syrup. Perfect. Hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.